Good evening, and welcome to an extraordinary legacy honoring Robert Redford and ordinary people. I'm Shauna Benston, Managing Director of the Forum on Life, Culture, and Society, or FOLCS, and tonight, FOLCS and the 92nd Street Y commemorate Redford's landmark film and two of the renowned actors who brought it to life, Judd Hirsch and Timothy Hutton. When Ordinary People premiered in 1980, Robert Redford's directorial debut stunned audiences with its quiet power, its unflinching look at grief, and its profound faith in the possibility of healing. It received 4 Oscars, including the Best Picture and Best Director Oscars. Folks in the 92nd Street Y are privileged to have this opportunity to reflect on this iconic film with these iconic actors. And please join us again here at the 92nd Street Y on February 19th for a conversation called Checks and Balances: What Limits Are There on Presidential Power? Your guess is as good as mine. For now, thanks for joining us live and virtually. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us live and virtually tonight to revisit a film that still speaks so powerfully to families and communities in crisis, and to honor Robert Redford's extraordinary legacy as a director and storyteller. Now let's welcome FOLCS Creative Director and tonight's moderator, Thane Rosenbaum. Thank you.
Yeah, at FOLCS, we do everything. We do presidential power and ordinary people. We do baseball. We'll do anything. As Barbra Streisand sings The Way We Were in a montage of bucolic scenes in the movie The Way We Were, we see an American Achilles running through the woods, racing to victory in the 100-yard dash, rowing on the crew team, throwing the javelin, hurling a discus, and playing touch football with his friends. That blonde-haired collegiate god was Robert Redford, the quintessential Hollywood handsome leading man who, from the late 1960s through the early 1980s, portrayed the gunslinging Sundance Kid, a downhill ski racer, a candidate for the United States Senate, a Rocky Mountain man, a CIA agent, a Wall Street tycoon, a journalist who ends the presidency of Richard Nixon, and a major league slugger. In essence, like the ancient Greeks, he was our American myth. But who knew that he wanted a life behind the camera to direct movies too, at a time when actors only read their lines and took direction from others? In true Roy Hobbs fashion, he knocked his directorial debut, Ordinary People, out of the park. And as an actor, he always depicted the extraordinary. Ordinary People was unlike any movie Redford had ever appeared in. He made a quiet, somber film about grief and loss.
Why do things have to happen to people? It isn't fair.
You're right. It isn't fair.
You just do one wrong thing, and...
And what was the one wrong thing you did? You know. You know.
I hung on. I stayed with the boat.
Exactly. Now you can live with that, can't you?
Scared.
Feelings are scary. And sometimes they're painful. And if you can't feel pain, then you're not going to feel anything else either. You know what I'm saying? You're here and you're alive. And don't tell me you don't feel that.
It doesn't feel good.
It is good. Believe me.
You know.
Because I'm your friend.
I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't been here. You really my friend?
I am. Count on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Judd Hirsch and Timothy Hutton. You know, friends, that was so moving. I don't think we have to do anything else. I think these people are good. 45 years ago. Does it seem like just yesterday, or does it seem like 45 years ago?
Seems like 45 years ago.
Well, that's because I was 45 when I did it. Yeah.
No, but it's wild to see. Well, it may seem like it was a long time ago, but just backstage, just now, as the clip was playing, I was watching it and I realized that I hadn't seen it since the movie came out.
Wow.
Yeah.
So just watching us there doing that scene of all, it was.
You seem scared. Oh shit! I'm going to see something I did 45 years ago. I might not like it.
No, it's not that. It's kind of just you remember. You've been through this. You remember every moment of the day you did a scene. You
I know.
Remember
Yeah.
So you're put in a state of having to relive it, not in a bad way, but this film and that scene in particular.
I remember. Yeah, I do. I remember the offstage times, and the stuff that we were actually asked to do and prompted to do, and the events that happened that nobody knew.
Yeah.
That we did, right?
Well, we're going to talk about some of that.
Oh well, we sneaked around. It's not what you saw.
So
We met. We didn't like each other.
I thought you guys play pickleball tomorrow in Central Park. That's what I.
No, but speaking of pickleball and paddles and a ball.
Yeah.
So last time I saw Judd, he was filming on the Lower East Side, and I lived down there on Clinton Street, and I was walking back to my apartment, and somebody was shooting there, in the neighborhood. And so I asked somebody with a walkie-talkie, what are you shooting, and who's in it? And they said, Judd Hirsch. I said, where is he?
I know this guy.
Yeah.
And we hadn't seen each other in a long time, so I sort of walked onto the set,
Barged in.
Well, kind of barged in, yeah. But I...
You remember what I said? What the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah,
And you said,
that's right.
I said, I live here.
I live here. What are you doing in my neighborhood? I said,
Yeah. Yeah.
But so that was the last time we saw each other, and we between takes of Judd, whatever you were filming, he said, "Yeah, this guy, we did this movie, as you all know, and everything, and we had a good time when we weren't filming. We played ping pong." And I said, "No, we didn't. We didn't play any. We played tennis." And then you kept saying it was your set, like you're on your set, so you had this kind of authority.
So it was ping pong.
So it's ping pong.
So anything.
But I'm telling you,
So
it
anything
was
I said
tennis.
was anything I said was true.
So